Greetings. So after yesterday, even though the video posted just a little while ago, the ice bath I had went a little bit off the rails. I had successfully grabbed my two gigantic blocks of ice and was holding on to them, but I was mentally challenging myself to increase the amount of suck I was experiencing by whirling them around under the water until they melted. And I did that, and I wouldn't let go of them until they melted, which put me into the threshold of staying in the water too long. And boy, I paid for that. I lowered my core temperature, and I was freezing last night. I was able to get a decent shot of the moon the other night, and I'm excited about that. I'll have to blow that up and share it with you. It's starting to rain, so you might hear that. I'll get a little bit closer. Hello, darkness, my old friend. One of the biggest things I would like to talk about is what happened to me on one of the times with my father, spending one of those reforming summers where I had to go with him I had to do this twice, to try and become reformed. He was going to teach me the way, through hard work. I don't know if it was so much discipline, just hard work. And if that didn't work, he beat it into me. Even as a young teen or preteen, he beat it into me. So, becoming a member of his lawn business, I got good at all the tasks, from raking to bagging stuff to lawn mowing, that I was appointed to, except for this one task. It was weeding. And the definition of weeding for myself became something completely different. Weeding, now you would go through in a garden and spray chemicals on any weed that you would see, and it would wither away and die. You do that once every 2-3 weeks, easy money. My dad had a completely different approach. We'd take a plastic bag, get on our hands and knees, and pluck each one of the weeds by the roots out in someone's garden. And it was a menial, demeaning, exhausting task. I could not and do not, I could never appreciate it. I'm sure there had to be some type of alternate meaning. This is going to teach you self-discipline. This is going to teach you time on task. This is going to teach you job worth doing and doing it right and everything else like that. No, not for myself. I fought and rallied against that. Sometimes those lessons don't work. I'm an elementary education major, and you can craft the best lesson plan that you ever have, put it down on paper, and then shoot it to your classroom of kids, and it falls short. The lesson might be that your lesson did not hit home, and you have to understand that. As apt as you think you are, as clever as it could be, if it doesn't hit its mark, it doesn't hit its mark. And that's what happened for me. It just turned me into someone who loathed the task. And I would never wish it on anyone that I love, because it's so, to me, demeaning. And there is no fruit producing from it. There has to be a positive spin in this again, and for me, it's that I survived it. I guess some positive is that I don't shy away from difficult tasks, but that task in itself, I hate, and I promised myself I would never do it again. Nor would I wish that on my or anyone in my family or anything else like that. I'm not doing that. because I know what that was like. So you learn sometimes. We all would like to believe that we have these, that our parents and mentors have these Mr. Miyagi type clairvoyant moments, but on some of them, the lesson plan is not accepted, not understood, not appreciated, because it doesn't come from a place where maybe, just maybe, this isn't helping this individual. So, and maybe someone argued because my patience and things like that, that were, no, not even close. Not even close. Because it was something that it wasn't the task that was partaken could have been a building task. You sit down with someone, but he's always off doing something else, and it could have been a building task where there's a fellowship in there, camaraderie, because there's a shared suffering. None of that. None of that. It was just suffering, pointless suffering. To grease his hands with more cash and make sure that I'm out of trouble. So I guess that worked. But again, there is no such thing as a perfect parent. There is no such thing as a perfect kid. And then there is forgiveness to be had. And I'm grateful for the experience. And I'm learning that forgiveness toward my father has to comes from a place deep down, because when you truly feel abused and neglected by someone that you pine for their love and affection, to find out that they're human and they make mistakes, it's rough. It's very rough. Now, can you forgive? Can you forgive yourself, and can you forgive them? I always talk about the three things that you have of value, that I have of value: my time, my love, and my forgiveness. The forgiveness is the toughest one. The toughest one. And I have to constantly work on that. Okay, let's get this Monday started. Until next time, be the reason someone smiles today, and enjoy this beautiful day. And hopefully, when I go into my work, the morning meeting I have with myself will support the fact that, hey, I'm going to run into some sticky situations about the robbery. So this will be interesting, to say the least. I will report back in. Take care.